She was sold minutes after giving birth, but a cowboy bought her only to give her life back. The first thing Elena remembered was the silence. Not the soft kind that comes before sunrise, but the hollow, suffocating silence that fills a room where danger breathes. She lay on a thin mattress in a ramshackle cabin, sweat beading on her forehead, her newborn daughter pressed weakly against her chest. Only minutes had passed since she brought the child into the world. Minutes, and everything had already gone wrong. Boots stomped across the wooden floor. Rough hands snatched the baby away before Elena could even whisper a name. She screamed, but her voice cracked into nothing. The door slammed, leaving her with empty arms and a wound that reached far deeper than childbirth ever could. Outside, the storm rumbled over the plains. Inside, the men who held her captive spoke in low voices, about money, about buyers, about how she was no good to them now. Elena's life had been marked by hardship, but never had she imagined being sold minutes after becoming a mother. She curled her shaking body forward. "Please," she whispered into the darkness, though she didn't know who she was pleading with anymore. God, fate, the wind, anything that might still be listening. But help was already on the way. Miles down the dirt road, a pickup truck barreled through sheets of rain, windshield wipers barely keeping pace. Behind the wheel sat Cal Walker, a cowboy by birth, by trade, and by the quiet code he lived his life by. Cal wasn't the type to meddle, but when one of his ranch hands tipped him off about a group trafficking desperate women out of abandoned ranch shacks, something in him burned hot. He'd seen hardship before. He'd helped runaways, rescued animals left for dead, given shelter to strangers. But this struck a chord he couldn't ignore. He pulled up to the cabin, headlights slicing through the dark. The moment he stepped out, mud pulling at his boots, the men inside grew tense. Their leader, a burly man with a jagged scar, opened the door and squinted at him. "You the buyer?" the man grunted. Cal's jaw tightened. That single sentence told him everything he needed to know. "I'm here to take the girl," he said firmly. The scarred man shrugged and pointed to the wagon where Elena sat bound and shaking. "She's ready. Price is the same as we told you." Cal reached into his coat and pulled out his wallet. 3 months of savings, meant for repairing his barn roof, sat in that stack of bills. He tossed it without hesitation. The men pounced on the money like wolves. Elena lifted her head, confusion mixing with terror. She had no idea who the stranger was. But when Cal approached, she noticed something rare in his eyes: gentleness. Real gentleness. The kind that made her heart ache. "Ma'am," he said quietly, "I'm getting you out of here." Elena's lips trembled. "My baby." "They took her. Please." Cal turned slowly toward the men. "Where's the newborn?" The scarred man shrugged again. "Sold her already. Hours ago. Someone north of here. Good price, too." Lightning cracked open the sky. Cal stepped forward. "Give me the address." The man laughed. "She ain't your problem." Cal grabbed the front of his shirt and slammed him against the wall hard enough to rattle the windows. "I said. Give me the address." Fright shoved the smirk off the man's face. He stuttered out directions to an old trading post a few miles away. Cal released him, turned back to Elena, and placed his coat around her shoulders. "I'll bring her back," he promised. She believed him. For the first time that night, she actually believed someone. Cal reached the trading post fast. Too fast. The truck fishtailed in the mud as he parked, but he didn't stop moving. He crashed through the door like a man possessed. Inside, by a sputtering lantern, lay the infant, tiny, crying softly, untouched by the cruelty surrounding her. Cal scooped her up, crushing her gently to his chest. "You're safe now, sweetheart." A wiry man lunged forward. "That's my property." Cal hit him hard enough to send him sprawling. He didn't spare another second. The baby, swaddled in a ragged blanket, whimpered against his shirt as he ran back to the truck. When Cal returned to the cabin, Elena sat on the wagon floor, tears streaming silently down her face. She didn't look up until the truck door opened and Cal stepped out, holding the bundle close. Her breath caught. He walked to her carefully, like someone approaching holy ground. He placed the baby into her arms, and Elena let out a sob so raw and relieved it echoed into the storm. "She's okay," Cal whispered. "She's a strong little thing." Elena kissed her daughter's forehead again and again. "Rosalie," she whispered. "Her name is Rosalie." Cal smiled softly. "Beautiful name." When she looked up at him, gratitude shone in her eyes with a glow brighter than lightning. "Why?" she asked. "Why would you do this?" Cal removed his hat, the rain dripping off the brim. "Because humanity ain't dead," he said quietly. "And because no mother deserves to have her child stolen from her." He helped her to his truck, carefully avoiding her injuries. There was no hesitation in him, only purpose. "You're comin' with me," he said. "Both of you. I'll make sure you're safe." Weeks passed, and Cal kept his promise. He gave Elena a room in his farmhouse, warm meals every night, and a place to breathe again. The sheriff arrested the men responsible. The community, once strangers, rallied around her with donations, kindness, and steady encouragement. Elena slowly healed. Rosalie thrived. And Cal, quiet and steady, became the anchor she never expected but desperately needed. One morning, as dawn painted the sky in soft gold, Elena found Cal on the porch repairing an old saddle. Rosalie slept peacefully in her arms. She approached him quietly. "Cal." He looked up, tipping his hat back. "Mornin', ma'am." Elena swallowed, her eyes filling with warmth. "You didn't just save us. You gave us our life back." Cal's expression softened. "You saved yourself, Elena. I just provided a little help along the way." She shook her head gently. "No. You showed me people like you still exist. That kindness can come from places you never expect." Cal smiled, a small but genuine one that reached his eyes. Sometimes, Elena realized, the greatest miracles come not from fate or chance, but from ordinary people choosing to do extraordinary good. And on that peaceful porch in the heart of the American plains, she learned that hope could be rebuilt, not all at once, but moment by moment, act by act, kindness by kindness. Cal Walker didn't just rescue her. He reminded her that humanity still had heroes. And that, sometimes, salvation comes wearing dusty boots and a cowboy hat.